Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. This is the season 3 premiere, and I am back. I am Eric Clark, your host, aka Sleezy E, and this is Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. And this is such a special moment to be able to do season 3 after having such a successful season 1 and season 2. I'm so excited to be back. I took a probably over a 5 month break, clear my mind, get some shit done in my personal life, and just relax. And the downloads still kept coming in. Gained a few new countries. Big achievement that I was really excited about was now Vibing with Sleazy has been listened to on every continent in the world. Brazil was the country that came in to land me South America. So shout out to Brazil. That was the last continent I was waiting on. So really excited to be able to have South America getting in the mix of Vibing with Sleazy. So overall, over 25 countries, I believe so now. Possibly, I believe maybe even 33 is the number of how many countries have been listening to Vibing with Sleazy. And I've reached every state now in the United States. So a lot of accomplishments I'm proud of. A lot of big download marks. 2,500 on some episodes, and just overall to almost reach the 5,000 download plateau overall. It's just been very special, and I'm just I don't know, just really excited for the future of this show. Really thankful for the past. I've had some incredible guests, met a lot of good people who have become new friends, and interviewed past friends and current friends, and some really interesting people. I've had some crazy people. I've had some really cool people, but overall, it's been fantastic. And every guest that's been on has brought something special to the show. So this journey is not only my journey. I am thankful for every guest, and they have helped me reach the download mark by promoting, by advertising, word of mouth. I've been on other podcasts here recently. Shout out to Paige. She'll be coming on again, of course. She's been on season 1, season 2. Her and Diana, another former guest of Vibing Sleazy, have a podcast called Lick It Like a Lollipop. And I will be a guest on that in the fall. And I'm really excited to see how their journey's been going and how many people they've been able to connect with. And I know they're using the Patreon. And overall, with this show, I get questions a lot about, are you going to go the video route ever soon? I just stick with the audio because right now the audio is working. It's getting downloaded all over, and it's really cool, and it's really easily accessible to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're poor, rich, whoever. You can listen to it using the free apps. You can use it through the paid apps. And right now, it is on almost over, I believe, 33 platforms now. I know, kind of similar to the country route. So threes, I know that a lot of people that listen love numbers and stuff. So maybe 3 is the symbol number for the show, with this being season 3. So a lot of special there. So yeah, I'm excited that it's on over 33 platforms and over 33 countries, and it just keeps growing and keeps gaining success. And anymore, I don't even promote it. I mean, I do. I'll promote every episode, but I just it's so cool hearing people talk about it, or people saying, "Hey, I heard it," or "Hey, you guys got the podcast," and it's just it's really cool because it's part of my legacy. It's part of my life. It was a goal I always wanted to do. So I'm happy where the journey's taken me. I'm not a big on making tons of money off it or doing anything. I love how far it's going. If I make money one day on it, it'd be great. I have made some money off of it, and I'm definitely working on some merchandise, which I'm hoping to release during season 3. That's something still in the mix, but overall, just the things that I have achieved so far with this have been special, and I'm really excited for just what the guests have brought and what people bring, and just how this show has affected people. I mean, a lot of people thank me for this show. It gets them through work, it gets them through life. They love the story, they love the morals, they enjoy the storytelling, and I'm thankful for all of that. So season 3, what I want to bring with this is maybe a few themed episodes, which I have never done, maybe a couple 2-parter episodes. Definitely going to try to bring a few new guests, some reoccurring guests. Like I said, I shout out Paige. Hoping to maybe try to do like a fantasy football episode here. So I'm really excited about season 3 dropping. And not recording since the last day of March. It's a lot's happened in my life. It has been a whirlwind, but a blessing and journey. A lot of positives, some negatives, but overall, I always overcome. I'm always optimistic, and life's good. I am blessed. I am thankful, and really excited to see where this journey takes me on with this podcast, but just I just want to continue this life journey, and I'm really excited. So since the episodes came out, pretty much I did some traveling, so I could definitely touch base on that. And another thing that people are probably shocked or maybe asking before I really dive into this show, are you doing this solo? Like what's going on? I will still be having guests, but with the season 3 premiere, I had a lot of people that wanted me to do another solo episode. They liked that. So I thought, fuck it, why not do it and kick off the season 3 with it, and then bring on my guests throughout the rest of the season. So I definitely enjoy doing these solo episodes because I always got some stuff to say as well. But yeah, so with the trips, did some really cool trips. Went down to Savannah, Georgia back in April, and that was really cool. I actually went to, they say on some online websites it's the 6th most haunted place in the entire world, but the Sorrel Weed House, a really, really evil home in downtown Savannah, Georgia. And I got to tour it. I got to go all the way through it. I got to go in the basement. I got to go into the carriage house, and it really brought light to my mind of, number one, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened in this country and still does every day. But at that Sorrel Weed House, so much evil happened. It's really sad what humans had to experience, and it's also very interesting, just kind of that whole history of that house. But as soon as you go in the house, you start getting weird feelings and symbols. And I took several pictures, and I caught pictures in one room, and I was able to almost land a face. And I showed it to the tour guide who was with me, and they actually wanted me to send it to the Sorrel Weed social media sites because they definitely believe I caught some. Well, the more you got through the house, you would see, Civil War artifacts, old pictures, old money, furniture. The mirrors were so weird, and a lot of rooms were super dark with like red lighting. And when you went to the basement, that's where a lot of fucked up shit happened. And you could, my senses were running wild. Like, I tasted blood in the surgical room, which freaked me the fuck out. I smelled laundry detergent in the laundry room, which, again, none of these rooms have had those features in years. Tons of wars, tons of death, tons of blood have even been on the streets from wars. And that basement had just seen some horrors. And then you just go into the backyard, go in the carriage house. And so I will say this, it was super fucked up and it was a horrible place. But at the end of the day, it was super fascinating. I love haunted stuff, and it was really cool to check out. Also got to see a lot of downtown Savannah, some cool sights, got to eat at the Pink House, and just did a lot of cool experiences, and then got to go up to a Braves Reds game. Huge Reds fan, so it was cool to see the new Braves park. I had been to Turner before, but getting to see the new one was really, really cool. And Hunter Green made his debut, the Reds rookie, the big pick from a few years back, and he got the win. So it was cool to see that part of history in the Reds. And man, at I believe it's a Truett Field or Truett Park there in Atlanta where the Braves play. They got a lot of cool stuff. The one thing that's really cool is like their museum, their history, like a lot of their Hank Aaron and different Braves artifacts. So it was really cool to walk through and see that in the stadium, and then their food and giveaways, and just the way they did it at the ballpark was it was really incredible. So I was really impressed. It was cool to knock another ballpark off the list. I've been knocking out a lot, trying to hit every ballpark as possible. I'm about halfway. So I'll say as of this point, probably, I'd say my favorite, one of my favorite ballparks I've been to is Fenway or Camden Yards. I'd say my least favorite. I wasn't a huge fan of Citi Field where the Mets play, but it was still cool to be there. I went there for a bachelor party. That was dope. But I mean, I really haven't had a bad experience at a ballpark. Angels Stadium was dope. Seeing Mike Trout rob a home run, and so I've been able to see some really cool ballparks over the years. But I definitely would say, Detroit's been awesome to see. There's just so much good food out there. Wrigley was really cool. Though Kaminsky up in Chicago, Turner was awesome. So yeah, I've been blessed to see a lot of cool ballparks. I've even got to visit some minor league ones. Pensacola Blue Wahoos down there in Pensacola Beach. That's probably one of my favorite ballparks in the world. I mean, it's got the golf out there in the back of the outfield, and you got just awesome weather, awesome seafood at the park. So if you get a chance when you go to these cities, even if you're not a sports fan, check out the ballparks, check out the food. You can't. I mean, it's all about enjoyment, and it's kind of distraction. Even if you're not a ball fan, you still watch some baseball and relax and eat some fucking food, and and just have a good time. It's always fun at the ballpark. So I definitely will say that was a fun experience, and Derby came around, so it was a interesting Derby. Long shot won that, so that's kind of a little bit of a sports update here on Vine with Sleezy. So Derby was really interesting, and that horse was definitely a long shot. So that's rare, and especially with kind of how the Derby's had some shitty luck past couple of years with disqualifications and COVID and weather and all that junk. So other than that, ended up going to Detroit, hit up some dispensaries, went up there and got away, had a good time, and then went to Cincinnati here recently for my buddy's birthday. Had a great time up there, hit up some new parks I haven't checked out, and went to a really nice Italian restaurant downtown Cincinnati. So definitely been having some good time doing some little small trips around, and hoping to do some more here this summer and fall. I'm a traveling guy. I was really blessed to do a lot of trips this year so far, but I'm definitely I'm always on the road. I hit Lexington. I went to Nashville for WWE SummerSlam actually here a few weeks ago. That was super super cool. Actually, not a few weeks ago. It was actually probably like I believe just less than 2 weeks. So SummerSlam was incredible. Me and my boy Eric Bush went down. We won the tickets from Kentucky Sports Radio. So shout out to Eric Bush. Shout out to KSR. Hannah Hall, my friend from college, she'll be on the show this season. I'm hoping to get Eric as well. She met me up for beers before, and we all had a great time. And then we hit up SummerSlam, and man, it was incredible. Nissan Stadium where the Titans play, outdoors, huge WWE stars. I've been more into AEW lately, but WWE, SummerSlam was always a huge event besides WrestleMania. And it was a big wrestling weekend in Nashville. Ric Flair's last match was in town at Musipio the next night. So you had wrestlers from every promotion, small promotions, local. Me and Eric, our tickets were all the OVW people. So we sat with some of the divas. And OVW is ran by Al Snow, a former WWE wrestler, and he's old school. He keeps the heels and the good people kind of separated, even at like public events, for fans, in case a wrestling fan or someone from the sports, saw them out and was, just curious of like, hey, are they hanging out? They're beating the shit out of each other 2 nights ago. So it helps the product, helps the story. It's a little bit old school. Some people like it, some people don't. At the end of the day, these wrestlers are hanging out and kicking it. Most of them are friends or buddies, but some of them fucking hate each other's guts. It's just it's part of the biz. But it was really cool to be there with wrestlers. Got to see Derek Banter, one of my favorite TikTokers, a big wrestling TikToker. But man, there was just so many people in the house. You got to see so many WWE Hall of Famers. Um, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns at the end was an incredible last man standing match. Brock Lesnar brought in a tractor and fucking flipped the match, flipped the ring, and Roman fucking went flying, and they had to pile all the shit on to beat Brock. So there was just so many cool matches. There was a few dead moments where it was slow. Crowd definitely would let them hear it, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun. It was just cool to be there, and then the outdoor, and then I've got to do a lot of cool shit in my life, and I'm very thankful for it. But like to add wrestling pay-per-view as a wrestling fan to my list of things getting to see, it was fucking cool. So shout out again to KSR and Eric. Like I said, WWE SummerSlam, great time, Nashville, Tennessee, summer 2022. So couldn't get better than that. Got a new job. Been doing that for a few months. I don't really talk about my career a lot on here. I had worked at Budweiser, worked at Leo Weekly. Have had great runs, great times. Definitely have been, I'll say, blessed too with some great job opportunities. Had some shitty ones as well. But I think I found the right fit being a project manager here for a company locally, and getting to also work in Cincinnati, another town I love, and then Lexington, which I go a lot. So been able to kind of work in those three markets, also focused on Louisville. I've been really doing well with it. Just got a raise recently. So a lot of great things coming with that. I'm just kind of taking it day by day and learning. I mean, it's almost at the 4-month mark. And so ready to see where the career could take with me, take me with this, and having weekends off and, a little bit of freedom sometimes. It's nice. So definitely trying to see where that can go. Sadly, did have a breakup. Did get a car wreck. Wish the ex the best. Car wreck. Things are kind of working out. Probably be all figured out by the 12th. Getting the car back, closing the medical claim with chiropractors. So with all that, those are a couple shitty things. But at the end of the day, that's in the past. Been hanging out with a lot of great friends. Been hanging out with a few cool girls, and just enjoying life and just living life to the fullest, and really reflecting a lot, taking care of me and putting me first, which people are like, oh whoa, that sounds selfish. No, at the end of the day, sometimes it's just neat. I always put everyone else first, so it feels good to put myself first, and life's good. Life is real fucking good. So the other thing that I will say, a huge achievement that I received recently, and man, I got emotional, and I got to shout Mary Jarrett, former guest of Bible with Sleazy, former coworker, good friend, wonderful, wonderful woman. Mary nominated me for a Kentucky Colonel, and I got it. Governor Andy Beshear and the Secretary of State signed off, and I am officially a Kentucky Colonel for life. So that was huge. Fucking just incredible. I cried. It was amazing. I got it framed down on my wall. So I got the Kentucky Colonel certificate hand signed, and says Eric Clark. And so that was it's a great opportunity. And, I've achieved a lot in my life, but that was one of the biggest achievements ever. And so to be able to add that to my legacy and to add that to the chapter of my life, I live life to the fullest, but I grind fucking hard. I work hard. I try to live life to the fullest by doing anything and everything I can, achieve shit. And that's just something I love that happened, because it's something I've always strived for. You can't give it to yourself. You can't fucking pay for it. And again, shout out to Mary and Governor Andy Beshear. I am a Kentucky Colonel. So huge blessing with that. And I'm just so thankful for that opportunity to happen. Just a huge achievement. But yeah, other than that, family's doing good. Friends have been, doing great. I mean, few have had some setbacks, but, I've been trying to reach out, trying to stay in touch. I've been really big on reconnecting. I've had a few friends nights over the house here recently. So, it's been a fun summer so far, bouncing back with just everything that's been going on. I feel like I'm in a million different places at a time, but I can't complain, and I take things day by day, and it always works out in the end. Um, you know, another another thing that's been I'd say that's been just I don't know, just like kind of wild. It's just the world. I mean, the world in general. Just so much has been happening. I don't ever dive into politics or negative shit. As yeah, I've talked about like medical stuff and cancer and different situations like that, but I never dive into shit that separates people or makes people feel like shit or makes them worry, because at the end of the day I want to bring positivity to your life, and you can get that on any other platform, or find that out on other places. It's just at the end of the day that's not what I want to bring to you. But I will say that there has been just so much that has just been happening in the world. It's just like you got, definitely with Russia, Ukraine, that's still constantly going on. And sometimes being over here in America, you count your blessings, but at the end of the day, you really don't know what's going on. The Brittany Griner thing has been huge. She's locked up over there over just a couple weed cartridges or CBD carts, and so it's pretty wild to think that you're on this same planet, only separated by like water and countries, and and so much chaos is going on over there. So definitely, over the past few months, that has been something that has really shook up the world. And of course gas prices and different things. But at the end of the day, what I will say this is that I've really, I have shut out the negativity, shut out all the kind of chaos in the world, and really been kind of just focusing on what's positive, and and not letting things sway me or scare me, and just not living in fear anymore. Like definitely when I reflect in life, it's something that you can definitely fall into, of being afraid of this new thing that's going to happen, or oh, something happened here, or this is going to happen. At the end of the day, a lot of things we just can't control, and I'm starting to realize, as a 32-year-old male, I've been so blessed and life's so good, but it's like there's a lot of fucked up shit, but I can't control it. And if you really let it eat at you, and you let it tell you every day that, like, hey, you can't control this, like this sucks, you this shit. At the end of the day, you got to be positive, you got to be optimistic with it. So I'm usually very current, up to date on stuff, and I tune in, and I just see all the chaos in the world with, even celebrities. You see all the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, which I don't even believe I had spoke about it on season 2, and and all the just different I don't know, just different things that had transpired over the spring and summer. It really makes you want to be thankful for kind of where you're at with safety, and just seeing what others have had to deal with. But it's also cool to still see humans do try to work together, and humans giving back, and hopefully one day, we can eventually get to world peace. But the reason I kind of went into that little tangent was just because, yeah, it's not like I'm announcing tons of stuff that's been going on, but I just want people to be thankful and to count their blessings, and to realize that, you know, it was March, my last episode, and there's maybe still a war going on in a couple countries that, still kind of are civilized and have the same shit as us. It's sad and it's crazy, but shout out to everybody who you know is just surviving, and and thankful, and I hope everyone out there is finds their peace at the end of the day, because inner peace really is the most important thing that you can really truly find. in life. And once you find that, these guys say fuck the bullshit and channel that peace. Another thing, I'd say kind of, I guess, entertainment wise, I've definitely got to check out a few good movies lately and some docu series, I guess you would say. I got to see the new Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, I guess you would say as well. With Jurassic World, it was incredible. I had an amazing experience watching it. The dinosaurs were just, they were great. I mean, the storyline's kind of corny, but it's just, man, the graphics are just, they don't get better than that. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. Like, those dinosaurs make you feel like you're in, like, fucking Jurassic times. And, man, it was so cool to see that. I don't know if I got to mention, I'm a huge James Bond fan. I don't know if I got to mention on my last season too. I got to watch the final James Bond, and I really enjoyed that. Not my favorite, but it was cool to see the final, Daniel Craig, and to kind of see the direction of where they want to take 007. So that was cool to see that. I actually just watched a movie recently that I hadn't seen in a long time. I saw Tower Heist, and it's goofy as shit. It's Eddie Murphy, and it's not the greatest, but man, it was fucking funny. Like, it's a pretty good movie, and to think like Ben Stiller's in it, and to think this car's like gold, and they're gonna steal it from this building. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but that was cool to see. Definitely been watching a lot of YouTube. I love No Jumper, Into Sentence, a lot of those shows. I watch all those to kind of stay up to date on hip hop news and rap and celebrity news, but also to like kind of keep my podcast talent strong and kind of give me ideas for the future and my show. But another docu series thing I watched here recently was Woodstock '99. I believe it's the tragedy or the disaster. It's on Netflix. It's a 3 episode, and whew, a lot of fucked up shit happened in Woodstock '99. Big difference from '69. They tried to basically dedicate this, dedicate the Woodstock '99 to '69 by bringing peace, love, harmony, but it was overpriced: sexual harassment, sexual assault, fires, arson, booze, crowds board, mess, plumbing issues, you fucking name it, they dealt with it. And they really didn't take responsibility. You still even hear from some of the promoters that are, I guess you would say, part of the docu series, but like part of putting it on, and they don't really want to take responsibility. A lot of them are, they look back and they see like, oh shit, but it's funny seeing people blame each other and or not want to say, oh well, we did this, or I talked to so and so and they were super happy or they enjoyed it. But a lot of people had a good time, and there's definitely a lot of good moments from Woodstock '99. I mean, the lineup was incredible. You had you know, you had people like Limp Bizkit, which you got to think '99, huge. Kid Rock, huge. Uh, fucking Fat Boy Slim, huge. You had Cheryl Crow, DMX. I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers, all these different genres. And then after the shows, all 3 nights, they're going to a rave hangar where you have like a famous DJ or a famous uh, band, playing, and you're fucking just getting to do drugs and have fun and party your ass off, and and have sex, and just do shit you do at a normal festival. Fuck, I've been to a lot of festivals. Like Bonnaroo was fucking awesome, but it's like at the end of the day, Woodstock '99 had a lot of fucked up shit as well. So definitely a docu series if you like music, like festivals, that you should check out. And it's entertaining, and it's a good thing to kind of just chill out and watch. And so I really enjoyed it because I kind of viewed it as like part of music history, but you kind of got to see stuff that like you didn't really hear about, because at that time I'm only 10 years old, so I'm not really thinking about festivals like that. The only thing when Woodstock comes to my mind is, the festival from the 60s, because you see it at like Hard Rocks and all these different places, memorabilia, and, people talking about it because, Jimi Hendrix, everybody that played. So it's, it's interesting when people try to also revive something that they shouldn't, and they should have just said, "Hey, we had a good run with this. Why are we, trying this again?" But also, too, it's always worth a fucking shot. I mean, really, at the end of the day, um, it really is. It's always worth a shot trying. So you kind of got to make that decision on, is this going to be worth it, or is it not going to be worth it? Because there is a lot to a music festival. Woo! A lot of work. I mean, we've seen Fire Festival with Ja Rule and all, how that all transpired and went to shit. So, you know, I'm not envious of any of these people that put them on, but I'm definitely envious. They definitely make a killing. But I've worked with a lot of festivals like Leo and different places, and yeah, it's a major project. Um, Pretty much what else has been going on, kind of in the world in my life. You know, I pretty much would say, like, besides sports and besides like music, we've had music wise, there's been a lot of great acts touring again. I've been definitely wanting to see some of these concerts that are coming about. Sports wise, I've kind of given you the update of where we're at and what's been happening, but like music wise, it's really cool to see some of these bands that are coming out and some of these concerts. And you know I would say with a lot of these music festivals, you got so many genres that come to play together. And I don't know, it, like, Green Day and Nine Inch Nails, My Morning Jacket, Kid Cudi, Aesop Rocky, Playboy Cardi. A lot of people have been headlining, which, they've been on some of those tours and festivals, from years past. But one of the coolest festivals probably this year was that Lovers and Friends festival. That was really cool to see all the big acts getting back together, like Lauryn Hill, Usher, Ludacris, Lil Jon, TLC. I had a few friends that went out to that, Neo, Trey Songs, Yin Yang Twins. But, we've also had some negative, like, come to some festivals. Kid Cudi got attacked at a festival due to some controversy with Kanye. So that was interesting to see. But yeah, it's been cool to see, Chili Peppers still touring and, about to hit a festival here in Louisville in the fall. And so it's cool to definitely see those acts coming together and seeing new music releasing, like Post Malone. He came back huge. I'm a huge fan of Post. So I definitely will say, there's been a lot of cool music over the past few months. Sports, baseball's had a lot of moves. Juan Soto went to the Padres. That was huge. Had a lot of big contract, signings and trades. And, the Padres and the Yankees, they're going to be battling out. It'll probably be a Yankee Padre World Series like back in the day. So that'll be pretty cool. And NBA, the NBA season was a lot of fun this past year. I got to actually go to a Detroit Boston Celtics game. So that was pretty cool to be able to see that, say that I saw the Celtics, who were playing in the finals, but the Warriors pulled it off. So the Warriors are hot. They're back. So that's kind of all the football news, sports news. And then football, we've had, a lot of signings. I'm definitely going to do a fantasy football episode coming up here in about a week or two. Fantasy football is coming. I got a few drafts myself coming up, but had some major signings. The Bengals had a big, they definitely, my favorite team, they signed a lot of people to the line, which, that improves the line. Brady retired, Brady came back, Gronk's finally gone. You got a lot of starters that, are looking to revive their careers. Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and then you got Matt Stafford and, guys who are trying to bring back a Super Bowl, Joe Burrow. The Deshaun Watson news. He got suspended 6 games. NFL wants longer than that, so that's been a bunch of controversy. And then, the thing I'm really excited about is Detroit Lions Hard Knocks next week. With them having a coach like Dan Campbell and all the personalities on that team, it's going to be a lot of fun. And the Lions might actually be pretty good this year. So I've been really amped up for NFL because of fantasy football and just there's so much news and so much shit that's been going on this year. So sports wise, I'm definitely excited, and music wise, I've been satisfied. So can't complain in those two factors, and everything else has been going on. And then I've been playing a lot of Madden lately. I'm not a big gamer, but found a few friends been playing in Madden. So shout out to Eric Caraglanis. I've been kicking his ass, about 12-2 against him. So I had to say something about that. And then actually gonna link up with my friends Stephanie and Bailey. So might play Bailey in a couple games here coming up soon. So definitely been having some good competition, but I've been getting some good Madden wins. And man, it's just that game's so fun, so realistic, and I'm excited to see what next year's edition is going to be like. And then it was pretty cool to see Devin Booker going on NBA 2K, a Kentucky kid. So I'm really excited about Kentucky football. Will Levis, quarterback, they're projecting him maybe even number one pick in the NFL draft next year. So Kentucky football is going to be awesome. Kentucky basketball is going to be awesome with Oscar coming back, another fellow Kentucky Colonel. He was the Naismith Player of the Year for best college basketball player, so it's great to have him back. So there's just a lot to look forward to in sports. Even with the Reds being shitty, it's looking forward to this fall with the Kentucky Wildcats and Cincinnati Bengals, and then just the NBA starting. I just always enjoy that. But yeah, other than that, Louisville-wise, Louisville's definitely, the city's definitely keeps building, keeps booming. We had Forecastle here recently. You definitely starting to see cranes. You're definitely starting to see stuff grow and attractions. And so it's cool to definitely see your city building and grow. It's just, you just hope they always, remember everybody and every area and not just, the tourist areas. So that's where it's kind of like, we hope that, in the end, everybody is being taken care of in Louisville because it is a great city. I definitely want to eventually leave and expand and check out other places and live other places. But, shout out to Louisville. And, I'm thankful to be able to do this podcast out of this city and for it to get the, the audience and the love that it's gotten here. Louisville's my most downloaded place. So it's always amazing to see the numbers and to kind of see where everybody, what, like the way Buzzsprout, the podcast, breaks it down. You see where it's like in J-Town, St. Matthews, Fern Creek, Hikes Point. So it's really cool to, see all the little places it breaks down in Louisville and how many zip codes and city districts are actually really listening. Trying to think what else that's really, I wanted to bring on this solo episode. I just wanted to talk about kind of what's been happening in my life, update you on sports, music, kind of little celebrity stuff just for fun. I'll say food wise, I've actually, I will say I've had a few, I guess, to give you an update, I've had some really good food here recently. I definitely shout out to a place that I love, which I don't show enough love, Ollie Trolley. Had that again recently driving through Louisville. That was incredible. I definitely will say Drake's. I hadn't been there in so long, and recently my work took me there, and I got these grilled chicken bites. Holy shit, they're good. So Louisville's always got great food. Things definitely booming. I tried an Indian place here recently, which I'm never, a big Indian fan of food, but it was so good. And then trying to think of another spot that I had tried recently that I wanted to talk about. It was the the Joella's grilled chicken tenders. So Joella's is not something new, but the grilled chicken tenders from Joella's are so incredible. I mean, I cannot believe how good they are. And I've been eating the shit out of those. I actually another place that I did have was Carlisle's. I had the rotisserie chicken from there, and so that was so good. So definitely, I'm still eating good. I've been trying different food. I talked about a little bit about ballpark food in the beginning, but that's been fun to try all that. But yeah, so gearing up into the fall, I'm really excited about football, of course. I'm excited about to see where this podcast can go here with season 3. And then I'm excited about Halloween. Everybody's already posting Halloween stuff online. I'm excited to, hit up some Halloween attractions, maybe do some more paranormal stuff in the fall. I've been thinking about kind of diving into that more. And then also just, my birthday's coming up October 11th. So Libra, shout out to all the Libras. I'm just really excited to see what can transpire here in the fall. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But no, life's just been really good, and I just think that everyone, should live life to the fullest. Be thankful. It's hard to beat yourself up. It's hard to yell at yourself. I mean, it's easy to do, but I'm saying that's just hard on yourself. And, I really want people when they listen to this show to feel good, to laugh, to enjoy, to just vibe and just relax. And what I'm really looking forward to with this season, like I said, a few theme shows where I want to talk about different themes and topics, which I did that a little bit on season 1 and it went well. But I also like a multiple part episode. Me and Paige were talking about doing that with ours, doing like a 2-parter, which I thought it always kind of reels in the listener to grab that second episode. So I'm excited to try that as well. Definitely have lost some friends here recently. I want to, definitely always shout out and send love to my boy Aaron, that we dedicated season 2, episode 1. He's still missed and we still love you every day, brother. Kenneth Schultz, he's someone that we have lost recently. And, that really blindsided me. He's such an incredible boxer, father, friend. It was great being able to see him over at Rec Bar 812 last fall. It makes you feel good to be able to say, you kind of had a moment with them before they did pass. But, shout out to Kenneth and his family. I hate that it happened. And then, there's been a few others that, that have passed or have been kind of going through some medical emergencies. So I just want to send the good vibes to everybody on that. And, if you're going through it, Vibing with Sleazy's here for you. Send love. Or send, anything you need to shout out or reach out and I'll send that love back and take care of you. But at the end of the day, I wanted to definitely, say something about Kenneth and, and just, shout out like Rodney and everybody that we've lost in this past couple of years. It's really been hard. And it also just makes you really, like I said, probably 5 times in this episode, count your blessings and really be thankful. But yeah, I mean, this episode was, this is season 3 premiere. I'm back. I took that break. I took that hiatus just to, like I said, kind of clear my mind and let people get caught up, and listen to all the episodes. I've already got 42 episodes out. And I wanted to do one more episode vibing with myself to start off season 3 because I'm really thankful that people loved that last episode on season 2. And then, of course, I can hit y'all with guests. Really, too, just, want to send some love to everybody that has been, just sharing this and spreading it. There's a few people that, they always tell me they listen and they enjoy it, but I just want to tell you all, that means the world to me. I'm just a random guy, just a regular guy. I got stories. I got, I've had an interesting life, but at the end of the day, I'm not some, world hero or some, big influencer or some life changer. But at the end of the day, I just hope that I can bring some positivity to your life, some enjoyment, a little bit of a distraction. And it also makes me feel good when people are always asking to be on or want to be a guest, or, hey, can you have me on the show? Or can I tell my story? Or, and that makes me feel good because people are like valuing that they, they think my platform is something that is important enough for them to share their own story. And that's huge. And so this show is not only done that for me, just by humbling me and making me thankful, but it's just really exciting to also hear people's stories that maybe never would have shared that story if I didn't say something to them or had reached out. But yeah, I mean, this past 5 months, it's been a nice break. It's been nice to relax, really to clear the head. Went through a lot of bullshit, bounced back, and I think everybody goes through that. I'm always a positive, optimistic person, so it's really hard to ever admit that I'm ever maybe going through something or battling something. But it was temporary, and it always is. And I knocked it out like usual, and that's why I just was like, it's summer, it's time. I knew I said I'd be back in July. It's August, but I'm back. I got some guests lined up. I'm definitely still doing some scheduling, and they'll be trying to drop as many episodes per week. It might be a 1 episode week. It might be a 3 episode per week, but I'll definitely be bringing you that season 3 heat, 21 episodes like usual. There will definitely be season 4. This show's never stopping. Bible and Sleazy, the podcast. I hope to take it to the top. And for it to already be on so many platforms, have so many listeners and so many downloaders, again, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you love. At the end of the day, that's what I want to keep doing for you, is just bringing that heat. And if you're ever going through anything, like I said, shout out to reach out. If it'll help you, just me giving you a little shout out or to talk about it or just share a story. I'm always happy to do that, especially if it's about a loved one maybe you lost or somebody that has been, influential to your life. I'm always about spreading that positivity and spreading, that stuff that is going on. I can't act like I'm not a hypocrite and say that I go through shit and I get negative mindseted, but I'm really trying to get away from that. And that's what I've really worked hard on this past few months. And that's where I put myself first and, really reflected and really try to accomplish things and when I say take things day by day, just knock off as much shit as I can get done. And so this podcast, that's something that I try to do with it, is just each episode be some kind of important or impactful moment where I want people, if they invest their time, it's something that, like, hey, I'm really vibing with this. I'm really enjoying it. And at the end of the day, as long as I make you smile, that's all that matters. But yeah, Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast. This is season 3. I know this episode is not going to probably be my longest. It's just kind of a introductory welcome back to myself, kind of, say what's up to everybody, tell everybody kind of what I've been up to, what the update is, what my goal is for this season, goal for the future. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're tuning in. I hope it's getting you amped up for the season. And, this is episode 1, and it's awesome to be able to put something back up on the platforms and to put some stuff out for my audience. And if you are part of my audience, I fucks with you. I love you. And you are the reason why I do Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast. So this is Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast. Stay tuned for more guests, more episodes, season 3. Go download Stream Season 1. Go download Stream Season 2. You can find it anywhere. 33 platforms. 33 fucking platforms. You can find me, Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast, and all my amazing guests. And also, too, no matter where you're at in the world, spread this, tell a friend. I can't wait to be able to talk to them and share something with them. And I just hope that you're enjoying this. And I hope you know that I am striving to always be the best, always be better. And, I may not be perfect, but I'm doing my best. And I'm really excited to see where this podcast can take me. But I love y'all. It's August 7th, and I'm about to upload this tonight. And, season 3, we're back. Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. Peace.